We're at a point in history where I regardless of what party or no party, people are like, will you just frickin' do something? Like, well, don't give me the polished bullet points and the limousine liberalness. Like, just deliver something, would ya?
All right, I'm Corey Davenport, and this is
Nicole Gorey.
And today on Sunken Press, we have Holly Kim. You are running for state controller, comptroller. What are you running for?
So my name's Holly Kim, and I'm running for Illinois State Controller, as I call it, but I will let you say it any way you want. So.
All right. What is the Illinois State Controller like? Like, what do you control or comptrol?
Yeah, so currently I'm the Lake County Treasurer up in Lake County, Illinois, and my job is to take the money coming into my office, investing it, and the money going out of my office, right? Mm-hmm. So at the state, it's so big. You have one person for this, the money coming in and investing it, that's the state treasurer, and the money going out is the controller.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you would pay the bills.
I do. Not only pay the bills, I house the audits. I would be the fiscal watchdog.
All right. All right. Cool. I mean, that's...
So you decide where the money goes then? Like, so if like...
Or does Congress decide that's still like... The
but like, as far, no, for state stuff, like not, like I know... So I was at your meet and greet today. Congratulations. It looked really great.
It was so sweet of you to stop by.
No,
I hope you had some chicken wings while you were there.
Yeah. I did not, but it was okay. Like, I live right down the street. Okay. I get all the chicken wings.
The wings were banging. Yeah, go back and have the wings.
They are. But yeah, so like I caught the tail end of everything. And you mentioned that you used to work for a nonprofit. So is that something that the controller does? Is like give money to nonprofits in Illinois, or how does that work?
Yeah, so the controller pays all the bills for the state of Illinois. Okay, it's all the money going out. Currently, as county treasurer, all the checks go out of my office, billions of dollars with my name on it. Okay. There's 5 people in this primary, and I'm the only one already doing the controller job. So at the state of Illinois, it would be all the checks, all the ACHs, all the payments made by the state of Illinois. And really, the power in this office is your ability to have your hand on the faucet and either turn it off for some or turn it on for others, or even faster, the water coming out for, And so the example I could give is probably during, about 10 years ago when Rauner and Leslie Munger, Bruce Rauner was the governor, and he did not pass a budget. So the controller, Leslie Munger, did not release any funds. I was on the board of a nonprofit. That's
what I was. Yeah.
And the board was on a senior care organization, and we were doing the services, submitting the bill to the state of Illinois going, okay, services were provided. We're a senior care org, so we send home health care people to wash the seniors, feed them. It's home health care, right? And we were providing services, but our invoices were not being paid by the state. Mm-hmm. And I'm on the board, and I was having this conversation going like, guys, we only have 2 months operating budget left, and we are not getting money from the state. And I was like, who's going to go wash the seniors? Who's literally going to feed them? And there were nonprofits that closed up at that time because they didn't have cash flow. And so we had to honk the horn, call them a lot, go to the office, have liaisons, try to beg for money, and just to squeeze a little bit of reimbursement out. And so it's very important who's at this wheel, because it's the person who controls the money coming out.
So she could have freed up those funds at any point, even without a budget?
So there were some funds that were already at that office, because what ended up happening with all the horn honking is that she did give us a little bit of money. It wasn't the full reimbursement of all the invoices we gave. She trickle dripped it.
Really tight. Okay.
Yes, and I think that was part of their motive, because all the nonprofits, caught wind of that technique, and they were all, and it probably was whoever honked the horn the most or was willing to work with the administration the most, and much like our federal what's happening. Yeah. It might have been something like that. So yeah, that was a horrible time. I'm having the flashback in front of my eyeballs. I would just like to add though that the current controller's bill pay is about 13 days, which is faster than private sector. So it's not like that anymore.
Okay.
That is good. That is good.
But
so numbers are your thing then?
So I am a tech person. I'm from the tech sector. I literally disrupt for a living, which means I stop things that don't work and I implement new ways that do. And honestly, that's probably really good for government right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in my office where I've been county treasurer for 2 terms, like we digitized work so staff can finally work from home 2 days a week.
Ooh, nice.
They never were able to do that before. They also get summer hours. I found out ways for us to invest way better so that we had like over 200% growth in all of our like interest accounts. And so, yeah, I'd say like I'm doing a pretty banging job. There's even this one account because like every year I go, what can we do that's better, or like how can we? I'm like continuously like unsatisfied.
Professional
right? I'm like,
problem solver,
Yeah.
I feel like.
And Lake County's pretty big, right? Like,
yeah, we have about 750,000 residents.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of the collar counties, correct?
Yes, third largest county in the state of Illinois.
Ooh, what's the biggest city up there?
I would say it's probably Waukegan, which is the
Okay.
county seat. It's the biggest
Yep.
city up there.
All right. So you deal with a lot of money
I do.
already.
It's nice that I've had like, I like to joke around and say like I've had my apprenticeship and now I'm looking for my journeymanship. This is the skilled labor that I'm in. And it's really good, like especially during hard times if it's someone experienced at the wheel. But in addition to like being able to manage money, the additional benefit I come with is actually the software like rollouts I could do. Like I know how to project manage, how to submit bug tickets. Like I would not be freaking out when, things go south because anything can be fixed. We just have to submit tickets and, work with a vendor. So software rollouts, upgrades, even cybersecurity beefing up, like this is all part of the job. And I'm actually running to do the job. I have a lot of joy in like doing it.
Okay. Yeah, I love hearing that because
Yeah.
I can never imagine doing that job. The level of organization that takes is my nightmares.
Okay.
That is the fuel of my nightmares. Just make sure all the bills are paid. And I'm like, oh, God, I can't even do that at my house with 2 people.
I'm allergic to math too, so any
Yeah.
kind
You're
of like,
so
but, like it's
cute.
really bad. It's all those numbers. I have like literally a learning disability in math. I was diagnosed when I was younger. It's almost like
Dyscalculia?
it's like number dyslexia basically, and I get very stressed out when it comes to numbers. But I also know that like bills need to be paid and a budget needs to be in effect. So
Yes.
I'm glad that there's other people to do that.
Yes, but everyone has different strengths. We're like a prism of powers. So, yes.
So, what are your grievances with how things and funds are being, handed out right now?
Yeah.
So, first of all, the current controller is not running for re-election.
I know you
so there's
mentioned
that.
that
Yeah,
today,
it's
yeah.
not like, she's the highest vote getter in the state of Illinois. That'd be like a suicide mission.
Like, what would you do better?
Yes, for sure. So I'm an office that works with the controller's office already. So I have some ideas already, like a running list going. One of them is that when I receive transfers of money from the banks, it comes with lots of details. But when I receive transfers of money from the state of Illinois, it has less details. And that tells me they're using an old mainframe system. I would love to not only have more details for these wire transfers, but people's pensions. Like they could have like more data in these payments. And that will help. I know this is going in the weeds here and nerdly, but it will help all these villages and every government entity with the reconciling, of their monies if they had more details with it. So that's like one thing. The other thing too is like, I can close on a house using DocuSign without ever walking into the room. And I think all of us at some point have used DocuSign.
Yes.
But none of these offices at the state, like the controller's office, doesn't use something like that. So I would definitely want to roll out something like that. So you don't have to physically, bring your body into that office.
I like that.
So way more convenience.
Yeah, I'm really big on tangible deliverables in the governments that I've been in. So I've been a village trustee. I've worked at the township as a director, and now I'm at the county. So it's like, whoop, 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 whoop. It's like,
So-
but everywhere I go, it's like, what can I change, right?
Yeah, give us some like examples of things that you've changed.
Go back in history.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of the things you've done in those different roles that have made governance easier.
Yeah, so as a village trustee, one of the things I advocated for was the packet at which you run for office to putting it online, because they used to make it so you had to physically come and sign out a packet to run for office. But you can only do that during business hours, and they close by 5. But also part of that sign out process, which is unnecessary, is that every other elected official can see who signed one out, so they get like a preview of who might run against them. And so I was like, can we just put these online, please? Because nobody can come here by 5, and then especially when our village meetings are at 7. So you're expecting people to leave work early when the meetings aren't even, during work time. So anyway, we put the packet to run for office online. I started teaching people how to run for office. I also taught people their rights. I also taught people how to appeal their assessments so they pay less taxes. I got in trouble a little bit for that one.
Like, what are some ways you could pay less taxes? I mean,
yeah, we want to know.
We want to know more about that.
Like, so I mean, if you're over assessed, right, we teach you how to like appeal so that they correct your assessment and then you pay less money. But the village administrator at that time was like, Holly, if you do this, we lose money. And you're a village trustee here. And I was like, first of all, I was newly elected. So I was like, is this illegal? Oh my gosh. And he's like, no, it's not. It's public info. And I was like, my understanding is that you only get this appeal granted if the data shows that it's warranted. And he's like, well, yes, that's true. And I go, then why wouldn't we be teaching people how to do this? That means they're over assessed. Like, they're paying too much.
I was going to say, did you tell them, like, we can save money in these ways instead of screwing over our people? Like, I maybe not in those words.
So what I did ask was, like, I go, am I here for the village or am I here for the people? And he's like, well, I'm not, going to answer that for you. But, I was asking out loud, I'm new and I say a lot of things out loud. I still do. And then I was like, well, I'm going to be here for the people. So, there's nothing wrong with teaching people public info, right? Which is where it came to like teaching people their Know Your Rights classes as well. Yes. I did that like 12 years ago. And so, okay, let's fast forward to the township. My idea was, which the board agreed on, was taking the wood out of the boardroom and changing the entire boardroom into a food pantry. And then instead we met and had meetings like across the field at the field house. Because I said to them, what is it that you want to accomplish in the next 4 years? And they're like, well, how can we help the most people in our township? I was like, okay, cool. I was like, if you'll entertain. Again, okay. So I was like, we only meet for an hour every month. And if you're willing to do that across the field at the field house, like we can turn this whole thing into a food pantry. So they did it. They voted yes. And they tore out all that fancy wood and all the pictures of the old supervisors and they put in coolers. And it was like a shopping cart food pantry because that has like more dignity in it. People can choose what they want.
I love that.
Yeah, we have that at the Community Hope Center. That's where we took a lot of the food from our Snap and Action food drive.
That is so cool when I see those. Like the dignity is right word.
Because they could pick also too, like what's culturally what they would eat. I mean, it turned out we were giving them bags of food and half the stuff they didn't eat. Or they didn't know how to cook it or like, so it was like, once they could pick, actually the township ended up saving money because people took less food. They only took what they wanted to eat. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, whereas before when we gave them bags of food and it was like boxes of pasta and blah, blah, blah. And if they didn't eat half of it, they'd either give it away or give back. So
that's actually very legit. So in the past when I've had to have 2 kids and when they were younger, we did have to rely on food pantries once in a while. But if you know anything about kids, they're very picky. So a lot of the snacks we couldn't even eat. And imagine if you have like a kid that has allergies, the peanut butter's always out a lot of times with, you never know. So that does make sense that save money because there was so much that I ended up just giving to other people.
See, there you go.
That's incredible though. Like the idea that just giving people dignity and basic decency saves money. Who would have thought that in a capitalist system? However, could that be? It's almost like if people were happy and thriving. Oh, my glasses broke.
And now we'll cut to a word from our sponsors.
We don't have sponsors.
Not yet.
We are a leftist podcast.
They are looking for sponsors if you'd like to chip in.
If you'd like to buy me some new eyeglasses, meet me under the docks.
So
okay.
Back when I was in college, actually, I did have a kid early. Oh my gosh, it's hard to have a kid in college, but it's even harder when you're Asian and you get kicked out by your parents.
What?
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. They did not know that before asking me to come on the show.
Your parents kicked you out?
I have very strict parents.
Do they regret it now?
We made amends. I had to scramble to find a place to live. I signed up for WIC, Medicaid, the Head Start program. And so I totally get it. It gives me the lens of like, how can I change government so that it's like tilted in favor of people who are like 2 checks away from nothing? And that's like how I view the lens at like every single step of where I've been. I'm there for the people. I'm not. Everything's a social construct and everything can be changed, right? It's like once you realize, and this is very niche of a nerd reference, but once you realize you could play this game in non-clipping mode, you're like, what else can I change? If there's no actual wall, if there's something I don't like, I could run a bill to change it, right? So the example I'll give is as county treasurer, my first year, somebody came in and they live in a mobile home. And they're like, I want to speak to the treasurer. So I came out and they're like, yeah, I'm here to pay my mobile home bill. But every time I pay, it just chips away at the late fee and it never gets to the actual principal. And because I can't get to it, like it just every month, the statute says there's like a late fee. So I looked into it and the late fees on mobile homes could be 200% of their bill. And that's not regular homes don't get it. Yeah, just mobile homes.
No.
Cruelty.
I feel it's definitely a social construct in some way to keep poor people poor. Like straight up. I'm going to say it flat out and not sugarcoat those words. So I worked with the state rep to lower the penalty. So it was only, even if you pay late, this is your mobile home bill, that it will only be half. The penalty will only be half of your bill. And I got to say, like every county treasurer fought me on that. And the association, like I got passed with 1 vote and the governor signed it and Lake County's the only one with that relief. Because wrong is wrong, and I'm going to fight it. Now, I've not only made amends with my parents, I've made amends with the County Treasurers Association. Like, I'm very good at, like, kumbaya.
Look at all the good we're doing. Yeah. It's going to make us look better. That lived experience really is helpful, I think.
It's true. Like, I feel like I've seen it in so many different lenses. Like, not only did I sit on that nonprofit board to see, like, what happens if our cash flow stops, but, like, as a parent with a kid using, like, the All Kids program, which is the Medicaid, and, like, trying to find a pediatrician that would accept it. And then,
My kids have All Kids. We used to have to go to, there's one dentist in Taylorville, Illinois, Dr. Paul, who actually, when I was in foster care in Springfield, we had to go to Taylorville to go to the dentist because he's the only one that would take the medical card then. And so it's really hard to find, especially when you said dental and that thing, I was like, hallelujah. Like yes, it's so, especially
You're
for
like,
pediatric, especially for pediatric dentists.
Yes.
Yes, it's so hard to find, and doctors here, we have a clinic that it's all residents and they get a different doctor every 3 months.
So the continuum of care just isn't there.
Nope.
Like as a parent with kids using the All Kids program. And then my first job straight out of college was actually office manager at a pediatrician's that took the All Kids program. So I was the one submitting the bills. And at some point, this was like over 20 years ago, at some point, like we wouldn't be reimbursed. And I was like saying to the doctor, I was like, we haven't been paid like in a bit. And like, we submitted all these invoices for the kids to be, their services, their doctor's visits and their shots. And he goes, oh, that happens every year. You just wait till they pass a new budget and then the money will come. And I was like, what? And so the cash flow disruption, I got to experience it on that end. And even though our doctor was able to float the cash flow, like a lot of them don't. Not only is it that the cash flow is interrupted when the bucket runs out of money, but it's also the negotiated rates, that they want to reimburse. And so then a lot of doctors are like, you know what? I just don't want to take it anymore. So then you have to go further and further out to find anyone who will take this program.
Like Taylorville. So before we go to the break, I was wondering what sort of things could the Comptroller's office do to help alleviate the burden on like Illinois working families, especially like y'all's backstory. I mean, I'm still one paycheck away from homelessness. So yeah, I need to know these things too.
Yeah, I think majority of the people are. So there's a couple different ways. During times of financial hardship, I can prioritize paying all those social services. Having been someone who understands from multiple sides of the lens of how that works. And so people's medical, especially rural health, will be funded, and make sure that cash flow keeps coming with reimbursements. The second way is financial literacy classes. There's a lot that the controller's office does. I currently sit on the controller's bank on commission against predatory lending, and we do a lot of financial literacy classes. So I did a financial literacy class on cryptocurrency scams, actually, and how crypto works. And so in addition to that, we worked with various financial institutions across the state of Illinois to not only do classes, but also to have bank accounts you can open with no fee, or to rebuild your credit. And one of the efforts that the Bank on Commission worked on was working with the legislators and the Black Caucus to lower the rate at which payday loans can charge. And to be honest, like all of them left Illinois because they weren't going to make as much as they did before.
I noticed
Oh,
that.
no.
I love that, though. I love that.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
They've been like taken over by little gambling parlors.
yeah.
The old payday loan places are slot machine joints now.
Out with the bad.
The
and in
payday
with
loan
the bad.
buildings themselves have turned into
A lot of those.
Lucy's, a lot of Lucy's.
Oh,
Lucy's
yeah, lots of
gambling
those.
place.
Just like, woo. There's slot machines everywhere now. I think we're going to take our first break, and then we'll come back, and we will talk about
We'll be back.
your goats.
Oh my god.
I'm aware of your goats. I looked into the goats.
I did not look into the
No, there's
goats.
goats. There's goats. We have a new columnist, Caitlin Schwitter.
Yes, I'm really excited. I
Yeah.
can't wait to. She's just put another one in our inbox. So
I
get ready
can't
for
wait.
that.
It's a sequel to the. I read it and it's really good. You're gonna love it. It's a really good deep dive. By the time this drops, people will have seen it. So check it out on our Substack.
Please
Read
do
it.
so.
We also need some maybe don't so Nicole can answer your fucking questions.
I was going through. It's been a busy few months, and I was going through a lot of personal shit. But I'm back on track, and I have a lot. Actually, I have the problem is I have 4 things that I'm working on.
It's okay.
And it's all on my phone because I was waiting for Missy to set up my new computer. So now that I
yeah,
have a
you got a new
computer
laptop.
and I can actually So actually, if you have a question, send in a maybe don't charge form.
Yeah.
You can find that information on our sunkenpress.com for sure, because I know I haven't shared the maybe don't in a while. But
You can
do that.
also leave a 90-second voicemail on Drag the River. God, we need more of those. You guys aren't doing that. I'm mad at you for that because I think
You
it's
could
really
be cussing
cool.
Corey out.
Yeah, you could be calling me all the things you've always wanted to call me, and I won't even know who you are. So,
Okay.
before the break, we were going to talk about goats. I understand you have them.
Yes.
What's the deal with that?
So I have a goat named Tanya. So when I first got into politics, it was because I wanted pet chickens.
Okay.
But they had a zone of no chickens, didn't
Yes,
they?
they had a.
Oh, so you really.
I was one of those OG backyard chickens activists.
Both of my neighbors have chickens. I love that. And I live in the middle of Alton.
So
we have a community
more
garden
people
too.
It's a
Love
thing.
chickens.
Yeah, backyard chickens is a thing.
They're awesome. The roosters wake me up sometimes.
Usually,
They also have guinea fowl.
oh, guinea fowl is so loud. So usually backyard chicken ordinances do not allow a rooster. So I'm surprised to hear that. But
We live in a
you
lawless
just
place.
out them on the.
I know. A
If
friend
any of you
has
come
some-
for my
I-
neighbor's roosters, I will get you.
We're not saying what this undisclosed location of bookshelf is. But yeah, so it's all started with chickens, and that was the gateway animal, because now I have a goat. I have a bunch of fruit trees. I ferment. I'm a homesteader of sorts.
What do you ferment? I'm a big into fermentation guy.
Okay. Oh, what?
Yeah, I love fermented
Okay.
things. I just added sauerkraut and kefir to a soup.
Okay.
I have kimchi at all times. I love fermented shit. If it's
So-
fermented, I'm into it.
I make kimchi.
Okay.
I had kombucha for a while, and then I could not keep up with drinking the amount of kombucha that I was making. I was making a gallon and a half a week, and I'm like, "Come on, kids, husband."
Doesn't it have a little
drink some.
alcohol
Did
in
you,
it?
did you try to tell them that it was like soda but better? Did you try to?
They
like,
didn't
get-
believe
they
it
didn't.
after they tasted it. They were like, "It's just not, Mom."
Was it just normal
They're like,
kombucha?
"Stop trying to make this a thing." Well, I like that vinegary zip,
Same.
Oh.
but they don't like it. So
Did you infuse it with any fruit or anything?
no, well, I don't know. When
Just some
when you make a
regular
new
old
batch,
kombucha.
it's practically sweet tea. When you make a new batch, and then so it just took some time to ferment it. Anyway, I couldn't keep up with it, and it was only me, and the SCOBY was getting super thick, and I was like, all right, that's enough. No one else is drinking this.
We have a question from the.
Oh yes,
Your
I was going to throw
persimmons?
that in. So I was getting to the
Persimmons
persimmons.
are my favorite fruit.
Yo, so like in Carbondale, Illinois, they had persimmons.
Yes, they do.
From the trees.
I have a persimmon tree in my community garden. I grew up in the woods, and persimmons would come and
He grew up in the woods.
Yeah,
He did.
Oh no, totally. I was a woods boy, like totally, like out in the forest, running around on all fours. It depends on the mushroom. I was really bad at finding morels, but if it came to things in cow poop with little blue streaks, too good at finding those. but persimmons were my favorite fruit. Like I would just go out and forage them, get them all up before the deer did. They're just so delicious. They have this strange flavor. It's like a peach mixed with like a cherry. Oh God. So what do you do with persimmons?
So I think they taste like, when we were a kid, and well, maybe I'm like way older than you, but by the grocery store checkout, they would have this Brock's candy pick-a-mix. And there's this white nougat one that had little like slivers of gumdrops in it.
The little fruitcake thing.
Yeah, it tastes like that. Like that's what for those persimmons taste like to me. I'm like,
tastes like fruitcake.
I still have never had a persimmon in my life.
That's fucked up.
I know.
It's wrong of you.
I want to.
You're
try
bad.
One. I know, and I'm a foodie too, and I love food, but I'm not a super. I like fruit.
You haven't even had like Deerberg's persimmons, like the big fatty ones.
I'm trying not to jump in on the shame train.
No, it's okay. You can shame me.
Have you had lychee?
Yeah.
Okay, guava.
Lychee doesn't grow around here. However, his persimmons do, and apparently he wasn't nice enough to give you any from his community garden. So.
Well, my persimmon tree in the garden's only about 3 years
Yeah,
old.
we're gonna do a triangular shame.
His community garden's newer, so I will give him that.
Yeah,
but
we
also,
just put the tree in there 3 years ago.
Well, now Schweigels has them.
No.
So one
You
of
just
the
told me
guys
Schweigels has
down
that.
in
I said
like
Deerberg's.
Oh, Deerberg's. Okay.
in Carbondale, I was talking with him, and he's like, blah blah blah, my persimmon tree. I'm like, you have a persimmon tree? I was like, I've only seen them in catalogs. Like this became like suddenly like my eyes were like stars, and I was like, can we go to your tree? And he's like, I guess. And we went, and it was like 10 o'clock at night, and we were using our phone flashlights to like forage them off the front yard. And I filled a box. So I took some home. They were delicious. I ate some, but I couldn't like eat all of them. So I threw them all in a jar with some water, some sugar, and I turned it into persimmon vinegar, like the whole thing of it. It fermented for a whole month.
Can you make like jam out of them?
Yeah.
You could.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'd need like pectin and stuff. But,
Well,
like,
no, I know
making
how to
a
make
vinegar
jam. I used to
is-
sell jam.
Yeah. What kind of jam did you make?
I made so many. Like I made a lemongrass, strawberry.
That one was great.
That was
Your
really
strawberry
good.
lemongrass was one
Yeah.
of the best jellies I've ever had. In my
I
entire
made
life.
a poor man's honey, which was a corn cob jelly. Which if you never had
What?
it, yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
even know that was a thing.
Yes, that's why they call it poor. It tastes just like honey. It's sweet, but all you
But
do,
it's made out of corn cob.
all you do is boil corn cobs in water. Like after you take the kernels off, though, and so like I had just had a bunch of corn, so I just was like took all the kernels off of it. Did not use ones that were eaten by my children.
Thank
or
you for
anything
clarifying.
Crazy. Yeah, it wasn't like
For our audience at home.
yes, no, did not do that. But yeah, and then you just put, and then you put in the affected, and yeah, make
That's
it. It's really
awesome.
good. And no other added sugar was like I added to it. It was just from that. Like
So I have a bunch of fruit trees and like plants at home, and so I have a Concord grape vine, and I make jam out of it. We have a peach tree. I make peach preserves.
Have you been to Calhoun County yet?
Have we been to Calhoun County? I've been to so many counties. that at
It's
this point-
one of the smaller ones. It's like a little peninsula.
it's really cute.
It's cute. It's a little scary, but it's
Little
cute.
Is there jam?
Yeah, tons
There's
of it.
peaches.
Yeah, there's
That's what they're known
peaches.
for.
They're known for their
Calhoun
peaches,
peaches.
and they have
Okay.
like little roadside jam things. See, I know them because they're the only county in Illinois with no railroads, but they're very well known for their peaches.
So to make my life complete, I started getting a hankering for like a small goaty goat, and I was like,
And it's Tanya.
Tanya.
I like it that it's like is she Southern? Is she a fan
that's
of
like
Reba?
Tanya Tucker.
No, I know. That's
Yeah.
why I said
Yeah,
it sounded
yeah.
like a country goat name, and I love that.
she's like the size of a dog, and she's a miniature pygmy goat. And
What?
yeah, I got her from like a Facebook goat group. This is how far down the rabbit hole it went. So I was like, it's like the algorithm was hitting me with more goats because that's how the internet works. And I was like, and so one day there was one that was by my house, like 20 minutes away, and it was like a little mini goat. And I said, can I see a photo? Like blah, blah, blah. So I said to my husband, I go, hey, can we take the minivan and go pick up this goat? And he goes, And I was like, I want to buy this goat off of Facebook from this goat group. And he's like, this is the nice thing about my husband. He didn't go, what are you talking about? Like, there's no place for a goat here. Like, blah, blah. He just went, okay, babe. And we're like in the minivan and we're pulling up in the driveway. And then it suddenly hits me the realization of, where am I going to put this goat? Why? and I said to my husband, I go, babe, why didn't you stop me? And he goes, what? He goes, you're not going to listen to me.
So where'd you put the goat?
Well, so the goat went in the minivan to our house, and it was in the house for a bit. And then I contacted my friend who lives a mile from me and was like, hey, could my goat be like boarded on your farm? And she's like, yeah, so my chickens are on my property, but the goat is on my friend's farm with all these mini animals she has. And she has other mini goats. So it's like a herd of mini goats just lapping around the whole like joint. And so it's so cute, you guys. I feel like I've reached that pinnacle of like my dream as a kid who didn't want to leave the petting zoo. And now I have it.
I love that. That's so
Hit
cute.
my success marker, yeah.
Oh my God. I have just 4 cats. The community garden, some cats. You need a goat.
No, I don't need a goat
Why not?
because
You got big goat lady vibes though.
no, I love animals and I would love a goat. I just after my daughter, she found a turtle and she's like, oh, we're gonna make it a basement turtle, and she thought she lost it like outside. She brought it outside and she's like, I think I left it outside. The other day when I was getting my Christmas tree, I realized that she did not forget that turtle outside.
Is it alive?
It was decidedly not, and it was sad, and she will never watch this episode.
So you lied to your child about the dead turtle.
Not
It went to the
lied,
farm. It
not
went to the
lied.
turtle
I just
farm.
am gonna let her believe that he went on and started a turtle family with Mrs. Turtle and had a great life.
That's right.
I have two dogs, 2 cats. I love my dogs. I love my cats. I don't want any more animals because that's too much. I'm a single mom and I got 2, now 3 kids. So like, yeah, can't do it.
What about you? Any more animals in store?
Well, I do.
You have a homestead. You can have them.
I am actually, it's like a regular postage sized lot. I just maximize it, just like at work. I maximize the shit out of everything with that. I maximize everything. So I have 2 dogs. They're rescue pit bull mixes, and I have 2 cats. One's an orange cat, and one's a calico. Both of them are rescues. Or just the rescue house. Everything just
Do they
slides.
have a really good rescue? Because Dylan Baja's rescue story, it was a top tier. It was like he
Oh,
rescued
yeah,
it
I
from
know.
being murdered.
My
Okay.
friend died and we inherited 2 of his cats.
Well, that
He,
certainly went dark.
Yeah.
Sad.
It was a pretty
Done that.
tragic event. They were bonded pair, and Jeffrey was very skittish. He's a little black cat. He's very shy. He was missing a bunch of hair. He had a lot of anxiety. He had a cryptorchid testicle, so they had to go up in him to neuter him. So he had a lot. And Phil's just the coolest cat anyone's ever met. He's just a chill orange cat. He likes flopping around. He loves purring. He's just big.
Orange cat personality. For
Yeah.
sure.
So I got little Jeffrey and little Phil, and my wife really took to Jeffrey, and Jeffrey really took to her. Like, she'll sing to him like Snow White in the morning, and he'll meow back. And Phil sleeps on me. So, like, they're bonded pair. They couldn't be separated, and now each one has a parent they love more than the other one.
And they were Max's cats, right?
They were Max's.
Aw,
My
I
friend
love
Max,
that.
who is a really, really great photographer and really fast driver. So yeah, his mom gave us the cats, and now she's the cat's grandma.
So sweet.
She comes over during
Is that
Christmas.
Cindy?
Yeah, Cindy's the
She
sweetest.
commented on all of our Sunken Fresh stuff, and I
Yeah.
figured that was I like her. She
I
has good
guarantee you she's
energy.
watching.
Shout
this.
out
Be
to
my
Cindy
mom.
who's watching
Be my,
this.
I'm
She
an
will
orphan,
vote for
and I
you.
would love to.
My mom got the most signatures for me to get on the ballot.
Oh my God, that's so sweet.
All the moms out there.
I love that. So they kicked you out, and now they're your biggest supporter.
Yeah.
That
you
is
know,
the
that's a character
best.
arc in the
No, I
movie.
love
That is my
that.
life. It's funny.
We forgive her.
If you've ever watched like Kim's Convenience
Yeah.
on Netflix,
I love that show.
So the dad and the son were estranged, and the mom kept trying to find convenient ways for them to accidentally try to like see each other or like get back together, and that was my mom.
Aww.
She's like, maybe you should swing by the house too, or maybe you could. I'm like, ma'am, dad doesn't want to see me, okay? Like, and so, Yeah, but eventually when my dad saw the baby, that's when his brain went out the window. And he picked up the baby and went, so small. And that's it. His heart melted. And all I could think was, who is this guy? Now he's like, no, with the baby, it's like, who is this? But
We learned about a goat that's
Yeah.
named after Tanya Tucker, which is the cutest.
Dawn, what's that flower you put
I feel
on?
like she does need more, and she needs to get like a Reba and a Dolly.
Ooh, definitely.
Yes, a Dolly for sure.
If you've got a favorite country femme from back in the day that you'd name a goat after, comment below.
Please.
I'd
And
name
also-
my goat Wanda Jackson.
I think it would have to be Dolly Parton. It would. I'm a Dolly fan.
No, Dolly Parton is a goddess. So you've referenced that you come from a background of immigrants. So as comptroller, like, what could you do against ICE? Like, is there much you could do, or is it mostly just, I have the spirit of a pro-immigration Illinois coming into the job?
So, that's like asking what can the county treasurer do with ICE right now? And the office, technically not much, right? But as Holly Kim, the person, oh yeah, you bet. So I've been more than 10 years supporting Mano a Mano, which is an immigrant nonprofit in Lake County, Illinois, and I'm one of their hugest supporters. I always go to their things, their annual gala, but also they also have Know Your Right sessions. And very early on when I met them, I was like, how do I sponsor the hot chocolate at your citizenship workshops and things like that? So I've been a long time activist with them. Gosh, when I was a kid, so in the Wayback Machine, my dad, he would purity test me in some jokey but mean way. And he'd be like, are you Korean American or are you American Korean? And I'm like, Dad, come on. And he's like, answer the question. And me, I'm trolling my dad. So I'm like, I'm American Korean. He goes, nope. He goes, you're Korean American. And I was like, Dad, I already know that. I'm like, I was just trolling you. I was like, come on. He goes, look at your face. He goes, look at your face. He goes, you think you can, be something else first? No, you're Korean first. You're Korean American. And I was like, all right, Dad, well, I've successfully riled you up. I know the answer you wanted, but I answered the other way.
I'm not going to do it.
Okay. And it was interesting because during COVID time, right? And this rampant anti-Asian racism was everywhere.
Yep.
And I'm in the Asian caucus. Currently, I'm the chair. And it was a big thing, the Asian hate that was going on. And people, commenting about Wuhan virus or it was interesting because it's odd to say I've never felt more Asian than when people constantly bring it up with me. But that was one of those times, right? Where all the stuff was going on with Asian hate and people were making snide comments, whether at the grocery store or whatnot. And when we're just walking around the neighborhood, and people are like, do you live here? And I'm like, yeah, we've been here 4 years. But the kids were telling me that people were asking them. And so we had to have a real actual talk at the dinner table, which I've never had to do before. Talking about what's going on and how the kids can just don't engage, don't talk to them. And I was like, gosh, it made me feel completely the perpetual foreigner syndrome is what it's called, where even though you were born here, you've done everything here, people make you feel like you're constantly a foreigner forever. And so it was just really an interesting time because it reminded me of exactly what my dad said. It was no matter how long I've been here, look at this faith. What is it that people are going to think? You're always an immigrant. And so my entire life, I have always sided with the immigrants. Plus, as a nerd part, I will tell you the data shows that there's a lot of economy, on immigrants and their businesses
Yep.
and even undocumented immigrants and the money they pour into Social Security that they can never pull out. And there's a lot of benefits from the immigrant community. So I will always, side with that. And yeah, I live streamed a rapid response sighting of ICE by my office. And it was so scary. Because, there they are with their masks and everything. And we're in crazy times because any law enforcement, any department of the federal government, whatnot, you would expect a uniform that's a constant, they would wear the same uniform so what they are when you see them and not the face covering. And if you see the ICE agents now, they're all wearing different kinds of clothes, different patterns. It's almost
I mean, if a masked man, if I see a masked man going for any person, I'm protecting them. Like, I mean, I don't know who the hell you are, and you're just a right. Like,
yeah,
there
that's
was a
the
video.
oddest part.
There was a video where they chased this girl and onto her property, and then she ran, and the person told her to close the gate and said, "Leave her the hell alone." But they were dressed like they were just if they looked terrifying. Like,
yeah, how do you know if they are armed when
like,
they're
they
not
could just,
wearing
like,
a
try to
uniform?
kidnap you, yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't even like disclose who they were. Really, they were just like chasing her.
Now, I will openly ask, though, where are all of my friends who argued with me for a decade in my comments, who were like conservative, libertarian, like states' rights, no government overreach, against surveillance? Like, where's all that right now? Because, like, it's literally happening.
Probably investing in Palantir and taking bets on Kalshi about how everything's going to fall apart.
They're like, tread on me harder, daddy.
They're like, I'm going to profit off of this.
Yeah.
I'm going to place a bet against this happening. And I look white. I'll be fine. And yeah, because they just rounded up a bunch of Korean people down in Georgia with the Hyundai plant, correct?
Yes, and and especially ones that have statuses of some sort.
Wasn't that where they were actually sent there to help them? Is that the one?
Yes.
Yeah, part of the issue, and I don't know if it's like everyone knows this, is there's a quota every day. And I think it's like, is it 3,000 arrests?
And like Stephen Miller runs that.
What do you get? Do you get it?
Oh, they pay them a bunch of money. They pay so much money. There's like an $80,000 sign-on bonus or some shit. So like everyone who used to be like a Proud Boy or an Oath Keeper or Patriot Front, and they also like limited the physical qualifications for it.
So wait, anyone off the street can? This is
yeah. Any old.
I don't know why
ass.
in my mind that I just assumed that ICE had to have law enforcement background.
No.
Alas,
I don't.
If only they had so much.
I don't know why
Shit.
that's just been my assumption this whole time, and I feel really stupid for not knowing
No,
that.
they're more
but,
unhinged than local cops.
But that's just like that's scary.
Yeah. And they got like guns, pepper spray,
paintball guns,
overall authority over people.
So I'm a huge like privacy rights advocate.
Oh, cool.
Way back when I was a village trustee, they were trying to launch license plate readers, and I had made sure they followed every rule of the ACLU back then. I was like, if you scan a plate and it doesn't, and they haven't done anything wrong, you need to release that data. I don't want us collecting data in front of like house of worship and blah, 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 and all this stuff, because it's like, what are we doing besides like, are we keeping a record of where people are at all times? And these are our residents. And what's interesting, and a lot of people don't know this, is the software company for the license plate reader had worked out a deal with all these municipalities that if you gave us your license plate data, we'll let you use the software for free. And so I was like, no, we need to pay. We need to pay for our software license. No. And so what happened, like, about a month ago when you heard about like the leak of all the license plates that were going for ICE, and that's like, I think it was that software company, or it was like basically a leak of that detail of like the license plates that had been sent to be stored. And so I'm very proud to say, like, who knew like 13 years ago, the little flap of the butterfly wing, like me advocating for privacy rights back then, like kept our village from being part of that leak. In that same way, this office, the Comptroller, is in charge of so much data. It has like hundreds of thousands of pensioners, like 60,000 employees plus. And then every one of us, when we ever file our state of Illinois taxes, and we get a check, that refund is in that office. And so I say, normally I don't think this would be a bullet point anyone ever runs on. But as a huge privacy rights advocate, like right now, we need that kind of advocacy in this office, because the federal overreach is just, the tentacles are trying to get in everywhere. And right now, the Attorney General's office is even suing the federal government because they're trying to get personal data from the state of Illinois.
Hell yeah. So, all right.
It's really niche.
So comforting. I love that. I love the tentacles of the Orwellian surveillance state by everyone who's ever told me to read 1984.
I gave a copy of that book to everybody on the village board, the 1984 book, and some honey from bees from my village, because that was also banned. So I gave that as a holiday.
Wait, that was banned?
Yeah, well, as in like, the honeybees and chickens were both banned in the village at that time, and
So that's back up. So you got into politics because you wanted to change the fact that there was chickens, right?
That we couldn't have chickens.
That you couldn't. I mean, that's what I mean. That you could not have. Like, you are an amazing person. That is awesome. Like, that is.
The chicken mafia that's watching
But
right
I love
now,
that, like,
I got
she
you.
really did, like, I'm going to change the system from the inside. I love that.
I am a fan of the movie The Matrix. And to fix the Matrix, you must go in the Matrix. Yeah, that's a real thing.
I like
But
it.
you've also escaped it by having chickens and fruit trees and a goat.
I have tangible results. What can I say? I think that's also something really big necessary in government is every government that I've been in, I have produced like in some way tangibly that has like helped people. And we're at a point in history where I regardless of what party or no party, people are like, will you just frickin' do something? Like, well, but don't give me the polished bullet points and the limousine liberalness. Like, just deliver something, would you? Like, and I don't blame them. I don't know. Well, I deliver. My name's Holly Kim. I'm a trailer controller. And I would love your vote on March 17th.
Yeah, no, like the idea of helping people just get what they need, regardless of like party lines or anything. Like, I know a lot of Southern Illinois is very right wing. They think, but deep down they aren't. They aren't actually like that. They're just kind of racist and weird. But like they want better policies.
Surprisingly, everyone's been super nice to me. So, I go in addition to like claiming social issues, I'm a woman who's had an abortion, used IVF. My eldest kid is trans. I am literally at the street corner for like every rally, every protest. Like I'm there. I have a restless heart. I go, but I also hunt and I fish.
See, that's how, we like guns, but we're leftists as hell over here. Like, I personally have too much of a temper and I can't have a gun, but like, I totally support them. Like, I like hunting. I like deer meat. Like,
I like fishing.
But we also want, like,
I also like venison. It's delicious.
But we need like a better environment, like cleaner water, like,
Yeah, you have to watch where you get your fish from.
Yeah, especially around here. Like we have a lot of like heavy metals and super fun sites and
the Riverbender did a write-up on your meet and greet earlier, right? And there was only 2 comments.
No one knows what a controller is.
No one knows what a controller is.
There were already comments on that article.
When I got
it's
already comments.
We love commenting on news stories.
We do, but like the one was like, Chicago. Oh, yeah. Democrats. And I was just like, you do know, like, the reason why, like, they're not in, like, Chicago, why they come all the way to Alton.
Yeah, I'm not even from Chicago.
Yeah, like, but, but they just assume. Everyone just assumes.
Without Chicago, we wouldn't have any fucking roads.
We really wouldn't. But at the same
time. We rely
like,
on them for so much.
Yeah. You mentioned it earlier, the whole name ID thing, and the fact that you are one of the only people running that are going out here and campaigning to towns that no one has heard of before.
I love it, dude.
I mean,
it's my calling.
Well, I mean, I mean,
every town I've ever gone to, I've met someone who knew about Alton.
I have been to a lot of places, especially I'm from Chicago, so most of my Chicago friends have never heard of Alton.
Were they like, I love Alton. Alton Brown, he's the best.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's always ghosts or antiques.
Alton is very haunted.
It is very haunted.
What is the top haunted place? Maggie? We must go visit.
Okay. The top haunted place I actually believe is haunted is Mineral Springs, but they don't do ghost tours anymore. We actually just had the guy who ran the ghost tours then, Troy Taylor. Bye-bye ghost tours.
I'm going to watch that.
It was really fun.
Oh, yeah, Troy Taylor's great. It goes through, like, a lot of the history of this area, too. Like, very historical place.
And he's not like a ghost hunter, sci-fi kind of.
He's
like,
a true crime kind of guy.
Yeah, he's a historian basically, and true
just
crime.
Believes in ghosts.
Yeah, but the best way to prove him is by learning the real story and not just the bullshit story, which is why we like it so much.
We also have a Confederate mass grave here because we had a prison that housed a lot of Confederates, especially from the Battle of Shiloh.
Is there a lot of spirits there too? And
the limestone from the prison was used to build the foundations in a lot of houses, including one I lived in for a while. disembodied footsteps. It was awesome. I loved living in a haunted house. It was so much fun. Like, I don't even like ghosts that much. More of an aliens guy. But
Okay. Speaking of haunted, did you know the Comptroller's office regulates the cemeteries in the state of Illinois?
Oh.
And the crematoriums.
so, like, you make, like, the laws about them, or?
You know, when people buy like funeral plots, you know, they want to make sure that this money for those plots like is kept right. And so it's all about money related things.
I was going to say, it does make sense because the cemeteries are a huge business. I remember I was 6 years old and my grandparents were super bad because my dad died of cancer. He needed to be buried next to my mom who had died. And they had got him a plot, but he had to make the payments on it. I guess somebody else got it. And so I remember them yelling at my dad and being like, no, she's going to be buried next to some stranger. You were supposed to be right there. And so, yeah. It's a very serious business.
So then what happened?
They had a mass
What's the rest
grave.
of the story? Cliffhanger. Did they bury him on top of her grave? So
No,
it's
he's just like in a way other cemetery.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't remember what cemetery
Oh
he's
my
buried in.
God, that's hilarious.
I'm not a grave person. Like, I love my dead parents, but I'm not going to visit their grave. They're
my
always
mom-
with me.
I
They're
keep
always
my
with
mom
me.
in an ash box by the door at the United States Postal Service cremated remains box she came in. They had a mass grave in a cemetery around here in Wanda where they just like kept throwing people in a pit and reselling plots.
Wow.
That was not that long
I'm going to
ago.
have to look up these shows where they come with like the magnetic.
Oh, yeah.
The ghost hunter thing.
The bee
Yeah.
boops.
Yeah,
the magical bee boops. All right, so I think we're about to wrap
Yes, I know.
up. Before we wrap up, tell everyone what they can do to vote for you
Okay.
and why they should.
So my name is Holly Kim. I'm running for Illinois State Comptroller, and I'm probably the coolest controller candidate. So please sign up to volunteer and help. My website is voteforhollykim.com. We need your help all across the state of Illinois, and mostly I need your vote. March 17th, there is a 5-way primary, and I'm the only one that's on the show. So make sure you vote for me.
Yeah, she came to Alden.
Yep. She came all the way here.
Yeah, all the way
Vote
to
for
Alden.
her.
Hung
Holly
out in the
Kim.
basement with us. Come on, vote for her.
Can
She
I
has
also
a
plug
go-
in too, though, that anybody who's running for office, like now in the future, and they need to be the kind that live streams and goes on podcasts and does explanation videos. Like we can't have the same old anymore and expect to win races.
We need an informed populace who cares about the people they're voting for.
We have to be where the people are, and that has changed.
Yeah, we need candidates on podcasts, not podcasters in office.
Although,
No, never put me in office.
when you guys want to run for office, let me know.
That'd be
My wife
Corey
won't
for
let me
you.
run for mayor. She says she won't let me do two things, and it's run for mayor or have monkeys.
And I was a crackhead, and I got a sorted pass when I was like, yeah, no, like I can never. I get really canceled. I mean, I'm honest about
No,
it,
I think
but like
we
I
need
don't think
more
anyone would vote
regular
for me.
people. I think we need
Nicole's a
more
special
regular
person.
people who've lived through things. Like just the fact that I've been on All Kids and know the difficulty, and like me now going in with that lens, like it's so useful to have regular people in office.
But I want to be able to say fuck on
Okay,
camera.
so then I guess so.
I mean, look at the things Donald Trump said. Now he's president.
Oh yeah, you could be president.
Yeah, you could.
That
Just
is
saying,
true.
yeah.
That is true.
That dude doesn't even say words anymore. And like Joe Biden, he
You see
barely
what
functioning.
did you see the Rob with his
Rob Reiner
yeah.
tweet? Yeah,
did,
no,
did
that
you
was
see
terrible.
that?
That was
and
awful.
I was like, really? And people were like, if he had died, Rob Reiner, and I was like, dude, he actually like sent condolences to Charlie Kirk's family. Like he posted about that. Like not like he would have done that. Maybe he would have been like, man, he kind of had it coming, but that was an inside thought that he would have had. He wouldn't have posted that on the internet. Like
I'm just gonna say, new gender neutral bathroom just dropped. You know, Rush Limbaugh's buried in St. Louis. We can go piss on his grave anytime we want.
this stuff.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Okay, we're getting
Yeah,
too
this
much.
goes
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
Patreon,
that goes in
people.
the Patreon.
Thanks for having me on the show, everybody.
She's good about not putting.
Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Give them a donation
And
keep
sponsor.
Yeah, give us
Public
money,
radio.
please. I want
And you're
money.
Public
taking
podcast
donations.
going.
You're taking donations too. So if
I
you wanna
also am
put-
taking donations at voteforhollykim.com.
Yeah, donate to small campaigns, you know, like the voter-funded ones.
We are a grassroots campaign, and if you go to my campaign disclosures, out of everyone running in this race, I have the most people, low denominations, business owners, like Korean business owners, and like, yeah, so you'll be in good company.
And
Hell
guess
yeah.
what, Corey?
What?
We now know what a Comptroller does.
They pay the bills.
They pay the bills.
They're the opposite of your baby daddy.
We are the fiscal watchdog, and we are the check and balance to all the other constitutional officers.
That's pretty cool. That's a pretty big job.
Thank you.
I would never want that job, but I hope you get it.
Oh, thank you. I'm definitely
We do.
running to do the job. I'm
We're voting
excited.
for you.
Yeah,
At least I
like
am.
you're like geeked out on doing this job. It's like I really want to be the controller. Just let me do it. Just let me do it. I don't even want anything out of this. Just let me I could do it so much better.
Oh,
I
that's
feel
the
like
thing.
The efficiency.
I don't.
Yeah.
I think even if they didn't pay you, I feel you'd be like, I'll just do it for fun. Like, maybe
Well,
not.
don't
Maybe not.
breathe that into life.
No.
Okay.
But maybe yes. But like, yeah, like I would. I
We
mean,
just do this for fun. We just do this for fun.
We do.
We don't even make money yet unless
No.
you guys want to give us money.
smash that subscribe button.
I know you're busy. We appreciate
No
it.
problem.
me
It's my
too.
pleasure to be here. I'll be back again.
Hell yeah.
Hi, my name's Holly Kidd. I'm on the coolest podcast in this town.
Yeah, we won't need everything. Shut up! I know I gotta get an eye exam.
That's
get new
part of the
glasses.
sketch, you know,
It
when he
is.
wants to emphasize comedy. The arm just, the glasses are an unpaid actor.
They are.
My glasses are a crisis act.
They are.
All right, we're
Okay,
clapping.
we're clapping.
I feel like all of that should be included. The crisis
Oh.
actor glasses.
I feel like it
The
should
crisis
too.
actor glasses. It's my Alex Jones tribute band.
Hashtag too soon.
Oh God, so.